Alright, this is problem number 11 on page 870. We want to find the first 5 terms in the sequence. This is the equation for the sequence. We also want to find the sum of the first 10 terms. So this is where we're going to add up the first 10 terms that we have. This problem is pretty easy to crank out your first 5 terms. You could go through and just plug in 1, 2, 3, all the way up through 5 and shoot out each of your individual terms. But if you look at this, you're going to start at 2 plus 5, which is 7, and then this is kind of like your slope that we talked about back in algebra. It's going to go up by 2 every single time. Okay, so the first term, when you plug 1 in, obviously you're going to have 2 plus 5, which is 7, but from there on it's just going to go up by 2 each time. So you can crank these terms out pretty quickly. Just go up by 2 every single time. And the fifth term is 15. To find the sum of the first 5 terms, or I'm sorry, the first 10 terms, there's a formula that we used for this. Is an arithmetic sequence because you're adding 2 every single time, so you're adding a constant number every single time. But there is a formula here. It's the sum is going to be the number of terms you're adding up divided by 2 times 2 times your first term plus n minus 1, the quantity of n minus 1, times whatever your common difference is. Here, where our common difference is 2, we're going up by 2 every single time. So instead of going through and figuring out the first 10 terms and then going through and adding all those 10 terms up, we could use this formula to figure out what it is. So S of 10 is going to be 10 divided by 2. A is your first term. Our first term here was 7. And then we're adding up 10 terms. N is 10 minus 1, and your common difference was 2. So you can work through this. So 5 times 14 plus 9 times 2. This is going to be 18, so that's 5 times 32, which is what 5 times 30 is 150, so that's going to be 160. So the sum of the first 10 terms added all together is 160. So that's it. So then you got your first 5 terms here that we cranked out really fast, and then you got your sum of the first 10 terms. That's all I got.